So as you find your comfortable seat, just begin to drop into your belly breath this morning, taking some nice, slow, conscious breaths from your belly up through your lungs, and then exhaling slowly out your mouth. As we begin to enter into our own personal practice within this group energy of this class, to replenish, to nourish, to strengthen. And I'm going to read this poem this morning called Walk Slowly by Donna Fouts. She says, it only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still, and just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, I catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going. It's that many times I make the choice to stop, to breathe, and to be, and walk slowly into the mystery. Let's find our fingers coming up to the center points of our collarbones. And then just drifting an inch below here, right in between the top two ribs, we're going to start to tap on the body. So we're entering into the mystery of our body, the mystery of this practice with just curiosity, with breath, with softness toward ourselves. We don't, we can try to charge and make ourselves change and grow and heal and do things differently, but it's not from that pushing energy. It's more from softening. So continue to tap on your body here as you breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth, as we begin to move energy and unscramble our energies. And we're going to come now to the center of the sternum and tap here, supporting our immune systems in doing what they were made to do. Good. And then let's come to the side seams of the low ribs, tapping here. And let's come up to our cheekbones and tap here, sending a grounding energy down through our stomach meridian to our feet, supporting our healthy flow of digestion. Good. Now flick your fingers off toward the ground to discharge that energy, and then relax your hands on your legs and pause here in stillness for a couple moments. Breathe, feel, notice. Now we'll continue to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth as we tap our hand to our leg on the same side a few times. And now we'll pause, we'll brush off our hands, we'll shake them off, and we'll take our opposite hand to our opposite leg, getting the communication lines open between the left and the right hemispheres of the brain. And then come to a pause. Place your hands in front of your hips. And as you breathe in, you're going to slowly draw your hands up the center line of your body through the face, and then exhale your arms out into your energy field. 3 more times with your breath. As we clear, we harmonize, we strengthen our own energy field. One more time. Good. Now place one finger into your navel. Rest another finger between your eyebrows. Press in on these 2 points and pull up. Take 3 more breaths. Release the hands, shake them off. Bring your fingers now to the center of your forehead. We're going to reset our nervous systems now. So we're going to press in and pull our fingers slowly out to our temples. Sweep behind our ears, down the sides of our neck, and squeeze the tops of our shoulders. Then we're going to cross at our upper arms and slowly trace down the backs of our arms and off our ring fingers. So we're going to do that again from the center of the forehead. Press in, pull apart to your temples. Sweep behind your ears, down the sides of your neck, squeeze the tops of your shoulders. Cross at the upper arms and slowly trace down your arms and off your ring fingers. So we're flushing the triple warmer meridian. It's an energy system that governs our nervous system. Let's do it one more time from the center of the forehead. Press in and pull apart. So we're just releasing any blocked energy, just old patterns our nervous system gets into from stress, from trauma, from just old energy. Good, and then we'll shake it off now. Shake the hands. And now take your fingers to the center of the forehead. Again, this time we're going to press in and we're just going to pull apart an inch or so. And then we're going to go up to the next section on our head from the center. Press in, pull down the sides of the head. You're going to continue to the next section on your head. From the center, press in, pull down the sides of your head. You're continuing all the way to the back of your skull. Crown pull. Releasing tension in our head, our neck. We're going to continue pressing in from the center of the upper spine, pulling to the sides of the neck. You're continuing down the neck. Eventually, your hands will reach down on either side of your spine and you're going to massage here. Take a full breath. Good. Now press into your upper shoulders, pull the hands forward, and now we're at the front of the chest and we're going to come in between the ribs, press in and pull apart. So you're just coming on either side of your sternum, going inside the breast tissue, all the way down. And then shake off the hands when you're complete. Now I'm just going to turn, but you stay where you're at, and you're going to reach your fingers up your back as far as you can. Thumbs, fingers, and you're going to find your spine. Feel your spine lengthen. Feel your hips root down. And now move your fingers an inch out on either side of your spine and massage deeply, breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. This is called the spinal flush. We're literally releasing tension from our muscles that surround our spine, as well as clearing our lymphatic system that clears toxins from our body. Helps us to have less inflammation, more energy, stronger immune system. So we're just continuing to massage south. You can spend a few seconds on a spot, and then you're continuing down. And we're going on either side of the spine, all the way down to the sacrum, all the way down to the tailbone on either side. Press in, deep breaths. And now we're going to brush off our back and our buttocks 3 times. Clear that energy, shake off the hands. And just notice how you feel after that practice. Whew. Let's take our right hand now out onto the floor or a block. And we're going to work with our neck now. So we're going to lift our left ear up toward the sky. So we're not collapsing in the right side. We're lifting the left ear, left side of your neck up. And then we'll slowly bring it back up to center. Now you can continue moving, lifting the left ear up, and then slowly bringing your head back up. Or you can hold that left ear up, breathe into the side of your neck. Good. And then align your head back up. And we'll switch sides now. Left hand supporting on the earth or block. Right ear reaches straight up. Chin is relaxed toward your chest. So it's not up here. It's down toward your sternum. And you're lengthening up through the top of your head. Again, you can move with your breath in and out. Or approach an edge, breathe. And then let your head come back to center. Good, roll your shoulders up and back. Shake out your arms and hands, just let your whole arms be nice and loose here, joints. And then we're going to bring our hands now onto our shoulders. Bend your elbows. As you inhale, your elbows are going to reach up toward the sky. Your hips root down. As you exhale, your elbows reach around and back. So as you lift, feel your shoulder blades move in toward your spine. Feel the shoulder blades move down your back as your elbows come around. One more time, up and around. Good. Now release your arms again. Let them be really loose, like Gumby arms. Shake them off. And now we're going to take our arms up overhead, take a hold of our elbow tips. As again, you root your legs and hips down, feel your spine rising up out of your hips. The rib cage lifts, the crown of your head is lifting, and now draw your shoulder blades down your back. Relax the shoulders away from your ears. Good. Take a breath here. As you exhale, side bend slowly toward your right. Keep rooted in your left hip. You can pulse in and out with your breath, or you can hold the side bend to the right. And then inhale, rise back up. Exhale, side bend to your left. Root your right hip down. Opening up the sides of the ribs, letting more oxygen in. Good. And then we'll rise up. Oh, why are our shoulders and arms so heavy? What are we holding there? Let's shake them off. And then we're just going to brush down each shoulder and arm. It's like you walked through a snowy trail and then shake it out. All right, good work. Let's come off our seat. Let's make our way to our hands and our knees. Use a blanket for support and padding under your knees if you'd like that. And let's make our way here to all fours with our hands spread apart. So each finger is separated from its neighbor. Look at your wrists and align the center of your wrist toward your middle finger, toward the top of your mat. Feel that firm foundation. Now take a slight micro bend in your elbows and align your knees under your hips. So spinal extension, feeling length in our spine. So bring your awareness to your back body. We've all seen a spine, the bones of the spine. And I just invite you to bring your awareness to your tailbone and reach your tailbone toward your feet. So these are going to be very subtle movements here. Tailbone reaching away from your head toward your feet. Now go up your spine as if you could see each vertebrae, especially if you know you have vertebrae you're working with right now in your back. And feel the spine lengthening as you continue moving up. You're moving and lengthening your spine toward the top of your head and out the top of your head. So there's space, and a part of that is you breathing now into your spine consciously. Now we want to maintain this awareness. As we inhale, we're going to tuck our tailbone under, and we're going to go up each vertebrae and begin to flex each vertebrae as the chin moves toward the heart. We're pressing into the earth with our hands and feet. On your next exhale, the tailbone, it lifts. The spine extends out of your hips toward the top of your head, and the heart rises. So this is cow pose. You can move breath to movement, or you can just really slow this down and feel your own spine, and each vertebrae really connects us to this really amazing stability that carries us all day long. Our spine, it supports ourself in moving freely. So as we bring breath and we bring this awareness, we start to bring space and length into our spine. And if you think about it all day long, life gives us many opportunities to collapse in our spine. So it's really good that we're counteracting through our practice, and then we can take this awareness into our day. Good. Now with this length in our spine, go ahead and pause in neutral position. We're going to take our cat-cow in free range cat-cow. So we're going to take our cat-cow side to side in a free form undulation of the spine. And you can pause and switch directions. Can you keep awareness on your back body as you breathe? All right, then let's pause in a neutral position here. We're going to send our right hip now back toward our right foot. Bring our left hip toward the left foot, and then bring our heart and spine forward. So these are called hip circles. We're moving in one direction with our breath. So we're extending the spine, and then we're keeping the extension in our spine as we reach our hips back toward our feet. And then you can pause up top. Switch directions. Lots of grounding through the hands, through the backs of your toes to support the knees. If you feel any pain or strain there, please back off, take a break. This is actually can be really helpful for the knee joints, but we just want to honor our own limitations. Good. All right, let's pause in a neutral spine. We'll come onto the tops of our feet, draw our big toes toward each other, and now we're going to lengthen our spine right here. Think cow pose, tailbone rises, spine extending through the top of your head. Keep this shape as you slowly extend your hips back toward your feet for child's pose. So you can relax your head on your hands, a block, or the mat. Taking the necessary width for your knees to come into child's pose. It's okay if your hips are lifted right now. Now we're just completely resting our head, our belly, and our chest. Still with our spinal awareness, we're breathing into our spine. So you can feel your breath lighting up your back body as you breathe in. And you can feel your back body soften as you breathe out. And take one more breath here. And slowly rise up. Stretch your hands out onto the mat. Rise up out of your hips. Align your knees under your hips once again. And we're going to now draw our navel toward our spine. Extend our right leg behind us. And we're going to float our right leg up off the mat now, directly behind our hip. So this is spinal balance pose. We're toning toward our core, toward our spine. And now we're extending our limbs. So the left arm can also rise up, hugging the left toward the left ear, creating stability in the muscles that surround our spine. Breathe into your spine and find 50% of effort or muscle energy to extending, softening through your tissues of your body. And when you feel complete, you'll lower down and you'll switch sides. Draw the navel toward the spine to lift your leg parallel to the floor. Option to stay right here. Keep lengthening your spine. The tailbone is going the opposite direction to create this length. It's going toward your feet. As you move up your spine, think about your spine moving up now through the top of your head. There's dynamic opposition to create the length. Okay, when you're ready to come down, go ahead and release. We're going to come up off of our wrists, so you can either sit back on your heels or sit on a prop. And we're just going to take a moment here, turn our palms toward the ground and just shake out our wrists, shake out our forearms, our hands. And now we'll flip. Palms up And we'll shake lightly here. Good. Now we'll rotate our wrists in one direction. And the other direction. Good. And then let the whole arm, shoulder shake out. Okay. All right. So we're going to come back into all fours. And we're going to set our knees a little bit wide. Come onto the tops of the feet again, big toes together for child's pose. We're going to walk our hands away from our body. Draw the navel toward the spine. There's core support. As you inhale now, you're going to shift your shoulders above your wrists and your shoulder blades draw down the back. The spine is lengthening here. As you exhale, slowly release your hips back, keeping your spine extended. And we're going to move with our breath here, inhaling up to all fours, front hips release, shoulders draw back. We follow our exhale, the spine stays long. Think cow pose, tailbone lifting as it reaches slowly toward your feet. Good, just breathe as you need to. As we continue to move in and out of these two postures. When our spine is an extension, our shoulders can live back home in their anatomical position that they're meant to be in. When our spine is extending, our organs have space to function well. And when our spine is extended, we can breathe and receive the most oxygen to our cells. Those are just some physiological things that are supported by a spine that is an extension or lengthening. Good. Now the next time your hips are back, go ahead and relax in child's pose. Rest your head completely. Relax all muscle energy, feel into your breath. Now let your arms extend back out in front of you. As you rise up halfway, we're going to walk our arms over to the left. The right hip's reaching back toward your right foot as you extend your spine long out of your hips. Your head can rest just right in between your arms here. 3 breaths. Making space. We can breathe into these tighter, sticky areas. Good. And I'll walk over, hands to the right, left hip extends back toward your left foot. And then walk your hands back out in front of you on the mat. Slowly rise up. Good. Okay, we're going to walk our knees mindfully behind us a little bit because we're going to step forward with our left foot. And then we'll draw the back knee up and step forward with our right foot. So we're now on our feet, right under our hips. Our knees have a slight bend, and we're completely releasing now our spine toward the earth. Your hands can rest on blocks, the floor, your elbow tips, wherever they land with ease. Really let go in your head like it's a bowling ball. Just let it completely release toward the ground. My favorite visualization here is standing under the hot spring waterfall at Astoria Hot Springs, and the water's running down the spine, the head just releasing tension. As you know, I'm a water girl, so water works for me. Maybe you can resonate. All right, let's take our hands to our hips now. We're going to slowly rise up into chair pose. So we're going to move our weight to our heels, and our spine is extending up out of our hips. Good. Our elbows move on our back. The chest is rising. And now we're going to tuck our tailbone under, pelvic loop. We've been talking about these loops. Pelvic loop, tailbone tucks under. Pubic bone draws up toward the navel. Navel moves in toward the spine. Breathe. Continue pressing into your feet. Slowly straighten your legs as you lift your kneecaps up toward your hips. This tailbone relaxes now into mountain pose. Good. Then let's step out of mountain pose and shake out our bodies. Shake, shake, shake. All right. Good. Let's remove any props from our mat and find our chair. So we're going to place our chair at the top of our mat so that the rung of your chair is facing your direction. Is that good? Okay. So we're going to step into a wide stance. So your chair is to the right of you. Your chair is to the right of you. Your chair is to the right of you. There we go. All right. Okay, so we're going to pivot on our right heel and turn our right foot out to a 90-degree angle. Your right foot is now turned and facing your chair. Make sure that you've taken a wide enough stance here where you still feel stable in your stance, but you can also open up a little bit more in the legs and in the hips. Good. Your heels, when you look down at your feet, are lined up with each other. Good. So we're going to bend our right knee into warrior two legs here. Your right knee is stacked above your right ankle, and your back foot is anchored through the pinky toe side of your foot. Good. Now take a peek at your right knee and just guide your knee toward your right second toe. Any amount more so that your knee is feeling really solid. Good. And then let's slowly straighten the leg. And we're going to put our right hand on the chair and our left hand on our hip. So when we come to our feet, we feel supported as we root through the four corners of each of our feet. And then we go up to our spine and we feel our spine rising out of our hips. So feel that. and let your shoulders relax back. Good. Now we're going to inhale. And on our exhale, we'll bend our knee into warrior two legs. Good. Now we're going to inhale again, straighten the front leg. So we're just going to focus on our right leg, moving in and out of straight and then bent, with this awareness of our spine rising. So you're not leaning in toward the chair, collapsing the spine. We're just staying nice and upright here. And then we're going to come into warrior two legs here. Hold the pose. Now your hand can stay on the chair or your arms can extend out as you gaze over your right hand and let a smile light up your lips. Be grateful you can do warrior two today in this way. Breathe. Good. Now your left hand is going to come to your left thigh, the back of it. Spin your right hand up and reach your right arm up toward the sky, and then behind you any amount for reverse warrior. Breathe. Feel your spine and your rib cage rising up out of your hips, liberating your organs. Good. And now we'll bring our right hand to the chair. Our left arm is going to reach up now toward the sky. And we're going to take that left arm over our head toward the right, toward the chair, side angle pose. Breathe. Now feel your spine still nice and long, even in this pose. Good. Now we'll release our left hand to our hip. Slowly straighten your right leg. Relax here for a moment. Are we having fun yet? Okay, good. All right, how are we doing online? Good. All right, thank you. Like the thumbs. Turn your right foot in, step your feet together, shake out your body, shake out your legs, loosey-goosey, shake, 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 move, 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 out that tension. Good. Pick up your chair, move it to the other side of you, or you can turn sides, whichever's easier. This is the way I'm going to do it. We'll step into our wide stance again. Your chair is on the left side of you. We're going to pivot the left foot out to a 90-degree angle. Heels are lined up with each other. We can use our left hand on the chair, right hand on the hip. So right here, feel the base of your feet rooting down. Go to the arches of your feet and lift up. Tone up through the legs. Lift your spine. Breathe. On your exhale, bend your left knee above your left ankle. Your right foot stays rooted. As you inhale, slowly straighten the front leg. Exhale, bend your knee. Good. Now you can take your arms out for warrior two arms, or you can keep your front hand on the chair. And then find warrior two, come into that position with the legs, extend the arms, gaze over the left fingers. Bring a smile to your face. Now take your right hand to the back of your right thigh. Spin your left hand up and reach long out of your hips, up toward the sky. Breathe. You don't have to go any further than this unless there is space to explore over your head. Good. Take your left hand to the chair. The right arm is going to reach up toward the sky. Reach, reach, reach. Good. Now, side bend any amount toward the left. Palm facing down. Turn your belly and chest toward the right, any amount more. Good. Bend your left knee, Marilyn. Yes. Good. Here we go. We're coming on out. Right hand to the hip. Slowly straighten your front leg. Relax. Turn your foot in. Then step your feet together. Shake out the body. Kick out the legs. Move some things around. And then find mountain pose. Just let it all simmer. Feel this length imprinted into your muscle memory. This is where you go to eventually when we build this awareness. This is our go-to for posture. We're open, our shoulders are relaxed, our head is aligned back. We're not jutted out in front like this, doing this business. We're open, and whatever that looks like in our bodies, feel that. Feel spacious. All right, good work. Turn and face your chair now. And we're going to work in Parsvottanasana, pyramid pose. And so what we're going to do is we're going to first walk our feet away from our chair. Our hands are on the chair rung. And let's first come into L pose here, or supported down dog. So our feet are under our hips, and we can even think about it as our sitting bones are aligned over our heels. Our spine is extending with our arms, so our head has not collapsed in between our arms. It's like our arms and our head are one arrow right now. Simultaneously, reach your tailbone away from your chair. Put a slight bend in your knees. Breathe into your spine. Good. Now we're going to just walk about a foot forward toward our chair. We're rising up. And we're going to step our left foot back 2 to 3 feet in its own lane. Your left foot is going to turn out slightly. And your left hip is coming around and forward so that when you place your left hand on your sacrum right now, your buttocks are right next to each other. One's not higher than the other. That's where you're heading toward. Okay? Good. Now we'll take our thigh bones straight back. Our legs are straight as best as we can. And we're extending our spine. Some of you might have to shimmy your chair a little bit further away from you to feel that full extension in your spine. And then just breathe in toward that edge. If it's too much, you back off. Maybe explore entering again with your breath. See if you can soften into those areas of tension. Breathing into them. Where are you finding ease in this pose? If there's no ease to be found, then you need to come out, back off, find your ease again. We're here for one more breath. And then we'll slowly walk toward our chair, rising up and coming into mountain pose. I'm feeling taller. How about you? Anyone else? Good. 4 inches. We got 4 inches in the room. Anyone beat 4 inches? Feeling taller than 4 inches? Okay. Everyone's online is right with you. All right. Well, we have another side to go. Okay. So let's walk our feet back again. Let's come into L pose. Arms are straight, legs are straight, or have a soft bend if that's just not available. Aligning your sitting bones above your heels. And then extending your spine out of your hips. Feel nice and rooted in your feet. Thigh bones in and back. Tailbone reaching back away from your hands. Make sure your head hasn't collapsed between your arms. And now relax your chin toward your sternum and imagine a string is lengthening out the top of your head. It's reaching you toward your chair. Good. Now we'll walk our feet like a foot or so forward. And now we'll be stepping our right foot back into its own lane. Take a wide lane, 2 to 3 feet. Your right foot is turned out slightly. And so just notice right here. Go to your hips with your right hand. Say, I can feel my hips are off right now. My left hip's higher than my right. So I'm going to bring my right hip forward. And now when I bring my right hand, my buttocks and hips are next to each other. So just explore that equanimity there. See if you can set that up first and then extend through your spine. That might mean you stay right where you are with your hands on the chair. If there's space available, the chair might wiggle a little bit forward so you can continue extending your spine. Find your ease. Soften. Where are you over-efforting? Maybe it's a mental rope you need to let go of. Softening in your mind, letting go of those judgments. We're here for another breath. And now we'll slowly walk toward our chair. Come into mountain pose, pause, let it all simmer. Good work. Woo. All right, let's bring our chair and we're going to set it at the center of our mat. And I'd like you to have a block and your strap available, and we'll have a seat in our chair. Good thing I have notes this morning. I lost my train of thought. Okay, so I know what we're going to do is we're going to take our strap. We've been having a lot of those moments like I have lately where it's like, where am I going next here? That's where we have to pause. right? Not charge forward, but just see what comes up. All right, let's take our straps. We're gonna visit our beloved cow face pose. Happy cows in the room, Marilyn says, possibly sarcastically. All right, so we're gonna take our strap, the end of it with the ring or whatever yours looks like, and place it over your right shoulder. So we're going to take our left arm out. Okay, before we do that, make sure that your feet are on the earth, your legs are 90-degree angle. And before we go on, come to your spine. We're not weight bearing on our tailbone when we sit. At least we hope not. But the tailbone is going to be rooted down in the action of the spine. So it's like the spine is doing this, okay? And with that action, we can feel the shoulders, they just want to go back. That's where the anatomical position goes. So we want to keep this awareness. Left arm comes out. Internally rotate at your shoulder joint. Bend your elbow and place your hand on the low back where you'll make contact with your strap. Your right arm will come out. You're externally rotating from the shoulder. So it's not just your forearm going back. It's from the shoulder joint. Beautiful. Now the right arm reaches up and back. And now bend the elbow and take a hold of the strap. So you've got your leverage on your strap here. As you press into your feet, lift your spine up out of your hips, which will naturally take your right elbow up, and then guide it back any amount. And that might mean your hands move closer toward each other, micro hair or more. Stay lifted in your chest. Breathe. If you feel pain or strain, please back off. Find your ease again with your breath. If you feel there's more space available, you can explore the left hand, the bottom hand, reaching a little bit more up the strap toward the right hand. That's kind of an easier move than kind of the top trying to reach down. Breathe into the sticky areas. Let a smile come on your lips. Happy cows. 2 more breaths. Laughter helps us get through everything, and making cow noises. Okay, to dismount this pose, the right arm slowly extends up. Pause. The left arm unravels all the way back into external rotation. The palm turns up. Inhale, both arms up toward the sky. Upward hands, root your feet, lengthen, liberate your spine. Good. And then exhale, release. Maybe do a little shake out of your arms and your shoulders. And then just relax. We only have one more side to go. Only one more. In the divine design of our bodies, thankfully, we only have 2 shoulders. Okay. Spinal extension. Right arm extends out. Root your feet. Okay. Muscle energy in the legs. Okay. Internally rotate. Bend your right elbow. Take a hold of the strap behind you. Left arm extends out. Externally rotate. Palm turns up. It extends up toward the sky and back any amount before you bend your elbow. Take a hold of the strap. Breathe and just notice where we at. Root your feet. Lift your spine up out of your hips and send your elbow up and back any amount more. And then let your fingers, the right hand, move up the strap. The left hand can move if there's openness. Soften. I went too far. I have to back out a little bit, find my ease again. And if you have to, moo. Moo to move the energy. Moo. One more breath here. Okay, to dismount, left arm slowly extends up. Right arm, it comes out and we externally rotate it to clear the shoulder first. The right arm extends, root the feet, lift, upward hands, breathe. Exhale, totally relax in your arms and shoulders as they float back down. Take them up and back, shake them out. That was really good work. You felt it in your bicep. That's where your tension is. Yeah. Did you feel it open? Did it release? Feels better. All right, let's find our block. Well, good. What's that? When you let go, it feels better. Wow, that's a life lesson. Oh, I like that one. That's from Gail. Okay. All right, find your block, please, and turn to the right side of your chair. So you're just turning to the right. Your block is going to come to rest in between your feet at the low height of your block. So you're squeezing the block with your inner feet. Let's take our right hand to the back of the chair and then the left hand as we enter into a seated twist. The feet are rooting down. Your spine is liberated. It's moving up. And as you take a deep breath in, breathe into your back. And as you exhale, go into your tailbone and slowly move it toward the right inner thigh. So this is where our twist begins, the base of the spine. As you continue to breathe, the length is there in your spine, the rib cage is lifting. And as you exhale, you're drawing these parts of your spine and your rib cage slowly toward the right, toward the back of your chair. Your chin is relaxed toward your sternum, lengthening through the back of your neck and top of your head. Shoulder blades are relaxed down your back. As you continue to rotate vertebrae by vertebrae, find a place to just ease into and breathe. If it feels good for your neck, slowly turn your head toward your right shoulder. And slowly release just your head back over your heart. Take another breath and unravel your whole spine back toward your knees. Pause. Take your block. Rotate your body all the way over now to the left side. Feet are planted. Inner feet are hugging into your block, creating muscle energy in your inner leg and thighs. Take a hold of the back of your chair. Root to rise. Lifting your spine up out of your hips. Begin your journey. Tailbone turns toward the left inner thigh. Now, to create space for the sacrum, you can let your right knee move forward beyond your left knee, if that feels more available or supportive. And then continue your journey north through each vertebrae. We lift, we create space, and then we're twisting in our spine. This lubricates all of the cartilage in between our vertebrae. Now, if you are dealing with scoliosis, your twists are not going to be deep at all. It's going to be very minor movements, but all still really supportive. Find your place to breathe as we cleanse our spine along with our belly organs. Feel that length move up the back of your neck through the top of your head. Relax your chin toward the center of your chest. Keep that length as you slowly turn your head toward your left shoulder. On your next exhale, release just your head. Enjoy another breath. Exhale back to center. Pause. Notice how you feel. All right, let's come out of our chairs. Set your chair off your mat, and we're going to make our way onto our backs for Shavasana. Grab a blanket for a head support or to put on your body. If it's available, let your whole spine lie flat on the earth. So when you come onto your back with your knees bent, feet hip distance apart, we're going to lengthen our spine to move us into Shavasana by lifting our tailbone slightly, lengthening it toward our feet, and then relaxing it back on the mat. See if that allows enough support to then straighten your legs. If you feel you do need support under your knees, of course you can add that, but there's something that's really unique about letting your whole body lay straight on the mat for your spine to experience that complete length. If you'd like an eye pillow or something to cover your eyes, you can grab that. And if you're in the room and you'd like that, just raise your hand and I'll grab you one. Now let your whole body go, relaxing into softness. Deepen and lengthen your breaths. Begin to rotate your wrists, rotate your ankles, and eventually stretch your arms over your head, full body stretch, point your toes, full extension in your spine. And eventually rolling onto your side, resting your head on your blanket or your arm in fetal position. Allow your head to come up last as you slowly press yourself back up into a comfortable seated position. Now let's unite our hands in prayer pose right at our heart centers. And we're going to close our practice today chanting the sound of Om 3 times together. There's 3 syllables, Ah, O, and with the lips sealed. Let's take a deep breath in together. Blessings to each of